So, good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Don't forget, stick a like on the video, pound them likes, subscribe if you're new, and I will be back at 10:30 this morning doing my Premier League transfer update. Something slightly different with that this morning as well, so go check that out when that does drop at 10:30 UK time. I'll also be streaming FIFA about 12:30, so just after midday. We're doing all right. We're on for a title, and we're out of the group stage in the Champions League. I'm making this team great again, baby. We're doing all right, man. We're in the semi-final of the cup as well. So come check that out. Really enjoying doing the FIFA streams right now as well. And go and subscribe to the gaming channel. Link down there. And I will see you all there about 12:30. But listen, we're going to speak about quite a few players today that I want to talk about. I've seen so many different stories today. I was like, which one should I go with? Which one should I not go with? But it's kind of funny because, like I said, there's so many different stories. Now, one I've touched on last night, if you want to go and check the stream out for that, I did a full stream on this rather than just a couple of minutes that I'm going to go through on this. I know some of you don't watch the live streams and some of you only watch this. So I'm going to speak about Lacazette real quick. I did a stream on this last night, like I said. Now, obviously, Aubameyang is coming towards the end of his Arsenal career, or that's how it appears anyway. Now, Real Madrid have contacted Arsenal. They've inquired about the services of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, and Arsenal have said that they'd rather give Madrid Lacazette instead of Aubameyang. They'd rather keep hold of Aubameyang and they'd rather sell Lacazette to Madrid. Now, that's not as stupid as it sounds. Listen, he was going to go to Atletico Madrid and then they were transfer banned to go to Real Madrid. They're a massive football club. They're bigger than Atletico. And it'd be a massive move for him. We'd still get decent dough. We'd keep our top striker. We could then perhaps pay him a little bit more money to keep hold of him, go and do some more shopping in the summer, etc., so on and so forth. But I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Leave it in the comment section down below. If you haven't checked out the stream that I did about this last night, do go and check that out. It was the 9 p.m. stream. It's on the channel. Go and check that out for me if you would. We're going to move on to the next player that I want to speak about. If I can find him, I'll find him. I'm getting there. And that is Thomas Partey. I spoke about him briefly at 5 o'clock as well, so check that stream out. So I'll keep this one short as well. 50 million euro offer is on the table and has been for quite a while, apparently. Corriere dello Sport, Italian media outlet, suggesting that Arsenal have already submitted the money, 50 million euros, which is his buyout clause. They're waiting for everything to calm down and everything to get back to normal before we then continue on and try and tie that deal up. Now, it'd be an absolutely massive signing if we could get this one boxed off, because we all know he's absolutely top drawer. We all know that. We don't need to sit here and say what he's good at, what he's not good at. He is absolutely fantastic. I would love to see him in an Arsenal shirt. There is reports going around Spain at the moment that suggest that he could sign a new contract, which would then have a higher release clause of 100 million euros. And this is something that happens quite a lot, where a player signs a new deal with with being told, look, you signed the deal, next season we let you go. Ronaldo done it at Man United, then went to Real Madrid. Other players do it as well. I think Eden Hazard, perhaps, I can't remember. But there has been other players along the way that have done that. I would not be surprised one bit if that was the case with Thomas Partey. They're not going to get 100 million euros for him, but that's protecting their asset, which is the footballer. So they could sign him up to that new deal, have another year out of him, and in a year's time, maybe 60 million euros or something like that. And then off he goes. But let's move on to the next one I want to speak about, and that is Coutinho. It wouldn't be a daily transfer update without speaking about Coutinho. And Coutinho is being outed, basically, from Barcelona. They've had enough of him. They don't want him. Bayern Munich don't want to buy him. They don't want to loan him. They don't want anything out of him. They just want him gone. And Arsenal and Chelsea have been offered the opportunity, and there's two options on this. We can either buy him for 75 million quid, or we can loan him, and then there's an option to potentially buy him. I would take him on loan. And I know that you guys that watch this show every day know that I don't rate Coutinho. I don't think he's that fantastic. And he's not somebody that gets me out of my seat and makes me think, oh, he's amazing, he's brilliant, he's this, he's that. The one thing I will say is that if we're getting him on a loan and we're paying his wages, cool, I'll take that. I'll take that because it's a no risk. We can give him back. As long as it's not a compulsory that we buy him, then I'll be happy to take him on loan because, listen, he ain't bad, but he ain't great, and he ain't worth £70 million, £75 million. For me, it'd be ideal for Chelsea. They need that Eden Hazard replacement. It'd be absolutely superb for them in terms of a big name, big price tag, similar position. He won't have similar output because I don't think his output's anywhere near as good as what Hazard's was at Chelsea. I don't think he'd have that output, which is why I pretty much don't rate him. I don't think his output is good enough. I mean, if you look at his stats over the last 5 years, it's not been amazing, has it? Let's be real. Yes, he scores goals. Yes, he creates goals. Yes, he can ping a 30-yard free kick. He's done it against us. But I just don't see him as that prolific player down that side, down that left-hand side, floating in the middle between the lines, that's going to get us off our seats, get the goals in the back of the net, and be that linchpin between the defence and the strikers. I don't see it. I didn't see it up until now. So for me, 75 million is well out of our bracket. I do not want to see him at Arsenal for 75 million quid. I just want to, listen, if we're going to loan him, I want it to be a loan with no compulsory purchase at the end of it. And I'd happily take that. I genuinely would. I think that if he's coming in on a loan, his wages are probably, what, 200 grand a week, 250. Okay, cool. We suck that one up and we pay him the 200, 250. We might have to pay a little loan fee, but at the same time, it's not going to be a mammoth amount of money that we're paying out. And it's something that, you know, there's going to be more of this happen. You know, there's going to be clubs out there that are going to go, right, you can loan the big name, because we got Ousmane Dembele's another one. You know, I've seen reports, I was going to speak about him, but in fact, you know what, I might as well. Ousmane Dembele is being touted around for 52 million quid and nobody wants him. Nobody wants him. The guy's 22 years old. He's been ravaged with injuries. He is a massive risk. Yes, he's fantastic. Yes, his goals output's decent. Yeah, his assists are decent. But for the fee that you would have to pay for somebody like him, like Coutinho, like James Rodriguez, players like this, it's not worth it, in my opinion. You can go and get a younger, up-and-coming player, 2 or 3 of them, that would have equally, if not better, stats than these guys. And or you go and buy the absolute gem in that position, which is Kai Havertz. You could go and buy Grealish. You could go and buy Maddison. You don't need a James, a Coutinho. I don't think, listen, the days of these players who were 5 years ago, they had their opportunity. They flopped it. They haven't done fantastic. They haven't lived up to the hype for me. And it's just my opinion on it. I'd love to know your opinions on all of them. What do you think about Thomas Partey? Leave that in the comments section. Do you think he'll end up at Arsenal? I've probably asked you that a million times before. What do you think about Lacazette? Go and check my stream out if you haven't. I did that at 9 o'clock, like I said. And then obviously Coutinho. Let me ask you guys this. Would you take Coutinho on loan if the loan fee was, say, 10 million quid and 200 grand a week for the year? What's that, 20 million pounds you've paid for the year? Would you take that? I personally would. I personally would do that for a year. Or if it was a 2-year, 10 million and 200 grand a week, well, it's cost you 30 million quid for 2 years. I personally would do that because I do think he's got something to offer, but for 75 million quid, no thanks. No thank you. Don't forget, Premier League transfer update, something kind of different on that this morning, so check that out at 10:30. FIFA on the gaming channel, link down there at about 12:30. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Laters, peeps.